Everybody knows it's a mighty big river, flows from Minnesota to the Gulf of Mexico, drinks the Alleghenies, the mighty Rocky Mountains. Everybody knows how the Mississippi rolls from northern Minnesota to the Gulf of Mexico. And I know that the river has a rhythm, I know, like an Indian drum. And I know that the rhythm of the river, it's a rhythm of life, it's a rhythm of man. The mighty Mississippi is the heartbeat of the land. Everybody knows that springtime on the river is near to heaven as a boy can be. Then come the floods, ripping like the devil, looking for Huck, Tom Sawyer, and me. Like Indian Joe, it's as mean as it can be. And I know that the river has a rhythm, I know, like an Indian drum. And I know that the rhythm of the river, it's a rhythm of life, it's a rhythm of man. The mighty Mississippi is the heartbeat of the land. Everybody knows the summer on the river, riverboat towns are busy as a bee. Rivertown boys dream about the river, standing in the pilot house behind the big wheel. They want to be a pilot and ring the big bell. And I know that the river has a rhythm, I know, like an Indian drum. And I know that the rhythm of the river, it's a rhythm of life, it's a rhythm of man. The mighty Mississippi is the heartbeat of the land. Everybody knows that autumn on the river, out on the islands under the trees, lay on your back and look up to heaven. Cathedral ceiling through stained glass leaves, Indian summer on Canadian breeze. And everybody knows that winter on the river, under northern lights the river will freeze. But way down south the river keeps rolling, magnolia, honeysuckle on tropical breeze. It's enough to make a Yankee weak in the knees. And I know that the river has a rhythm, I know, like an Indian drum. And I know that the rhythm of the river, it's a rhythm of life, it's a rhythm of man. The mighty Mississippi is the heartbeat of the land. The rhythm of life, it's the rhythm of man. The mighty Mississippi is the heartbeat of the land. It's a mighty big river. Hannibal on the Mississippi is where I built my boat to take me across the oceans of my life. Halley's Comet was my star. In the grove of mossy oaks and elms, away up high on Holiday Hill, was Sherwood Forest to us boys. We fought the battles of Robin Hood. In our favorite secret place, we hid our wooden bows and arrows, our tin trumpets, our wooden swords, begged us, please skip school and play. Hannibal on the Mississippi is where I built my boat to take me across the oceans of my life. Halley's Comet was my star. We played High Spy and Gully Keeper, Fox and Hayes, three-corner cats, hide and hoop, choosing sides. We were a wild little Indian tribe. For the days I stole from school next morning, payment came due with a real good licking for being bad. It was worth it for the fun I had. Hannibal on the Mississippi is where I built my boat to take me across the oceans of my life. Haley's Comet was my star. Haley's Comet was my star. Life cannot always be good, life can be so hard. For a little boy child who's been dealt a bad card. My mother did the best she could, for life had done me harm. Thank God she sent me once a month to live on Uncle John's farm. She sent me for the country air, she sent me for the rest. She sent me to the country to get away from stress. I'll always owe my mother undying gratitude. She sent me down to Uncle John's farm, mostly for the food. We had roast pig, wild turkey, ducks and geese, fried chicken and venison too. Partridge, pheasants, rabbits and squirrels, we even had prairie chickens too. Hot buckwheat cake, maple syrup, butter and berries on the top. Corn pone, wheat bread, hot rolls up, biscuits were always delicious and hot. And the dog star days when Cirrus dances all day with the sun. Deep pools, swimming and fishing, dog star days were fun. Jubilee singing and dancing, corncob pipes in the barn. It was a heavenly place for a poor little boy down on Uncle John's farm. Hoot owls crying on the wind would sing a song of death, while the call of the prairie wolf nearby would nearly take my breath, while the soaring of the red-tailed hawk would lift me from alarm. Joys and fears, nights of cheer, down on Uncle John's farm. Uncle Daniel told us stories that made us laugh with joy, while fireplace shadows danced across every girl and boy. These days and nights will stay with me and fill my life with charm. When my uncle and aunt and all my cousins down on Uncle John's farm. We had beans and tomatoes, sweet corn and peas, buttermilk and potatoes baking, apple and peach and pumpkin pie, fruit cobbler in the making, watermelon and cantaloupe, fresh from the garden vine, sweet milk, blueberry, blackberry, walnut, and fresh strawberry pie. And the dog star days when Cirrus dances all day with the sun, deep pools for swimming and fishing, dog star days for fun, Jubilee singing and dancing, corncob pipes in the barn. It was a heavenly place for a poor little boy, heavenly place for a poor little boy, heavenly place for a poor little boy down on Uncle John's farm. In the witching hour when the town was asleep, the clouds hide the moonstone, the darkness is deep. All of the children are as quiet as a mouse when catcalls could be heard outside of my house. The catcalls were signals for from Tom Blankenship. Out the window and across the roof I would slip, for adventure was waiting in the arbor below. My heart was a-singing, where will we go? Huckleberry Finn was a friend of mine. He could do whatever crossed his mind. He didn't go to church, didn't go to school. Huckleberry Finn didn't have no rules. Huckleberry Finn was a friend of mine, yes he was a friend of mine. Huckleberry Finn, yes he was a friend of mine. Down the street where tea roses ran up the white walls, past Cigar Factory and the old Union Hall. Our red skiff Cecilia on Bear Creek did wait for too long. Wolf pups on the prowl for a day would skim down the river on the least little breeze, smoke our pipes, laugh and cuss. We did as we pleased. This was Tom Blankenship, who to me was forbidden, but my admiration for him just couldn't be hidden. Huckleberry Finn was a friend of mine. He could do whatever crossed his mind. He didn't go to church, didn't go to school. Huckleberry Finn didn't have no rules. Huckleberry Finn was a friend of mine, yes he was a friend of mine. Huckleberry Finn, yes he was a friend of mine. When the clouds rolled away and the moonstone came out, the man in the moon is a boy, no doubt. For only a boy knows the joy of the night, and what suits a boy is always right. Huckleberry Finn was a friend of mine. He could do whatever crossed his mind. He didn't go to church, didn't go to school. Huckleberry Finn didn't have no rules. Huckleberry Finn was a friend of mine, yes he was a friend of mine. Huckleberry Finn, yes he was a friend of mine. Huckleberry Finn, yes he was a friend of, yes he was a friend of, yes he was a friend of mine. Days of old, I'll step right up and be so bold and offer my arm for a little stroll way up on Holiday Hill. And there where I in childhood day with bow and arrow did gaily play, like a gallant knight on bended knee, I'll ask you to marry me. On a riverboat, on our way to St. Paul, we will honeymoon at St. Anthony Falls. Minnesota moonbeams shine up above, and we're so much in love. I've waited for this day, for this special time, when I could finally say that you were all mine. Since we were children, our love has been true, and now it's just me and you. No mother and no father, and no chaperone. The first time in our life, we're finally alone, dancing together here in the dark. Can you hear my heart? And if you can hear my heart singing soft and low, a melody that you should know, we will sing together in the misty moonlight, together in love's afterglow. So come to me, darling, boy and a girl, two childhood friends. Now we are married, united to be, where love can flow so free. On a riverboat, on our way to St. Paul, we will honeymoon at St. Anthony Falls. Minnesota moonbeams shine up above, and we're so much in love. We're so much in love. We're so much in love. One day my sister Pamela brought good news to me. There's going to be a fairy play, there was a part for me. My part to be a hairy bear, storm around the stage. To make the audience laugh with joy, I'd go into a rage. The fateful night finally did come, the party going fine. Pamela gave me my bear suit and said, Sam, it is time. Down the street in an empty house, I could just there all alone. With room to practice my bear part, there was no room at home. My friend Sandy came along, we went into a room. It was almost bright as day by the light of a full moon. Two girls were dressing in the room. Behind the screen they jumped. I shook my clothes and through two holes they saw my naked rump. Before I put my bear suit on to get all hot inside, I practiced bear in my birthday suit to do that bear with pride. I crawled and rolled around the floor. I capered on all fours. I growled and roared and danced around to be a bear adored. I was a brown bear, I was a black bear, I was a cinnamon bear with curly red hair. I was a grizzly bear, I was a panda bear. From way up north I was a polar bear. I did a bear dance with a fancy prance. I even took a chance, I did a bear from France. I clawed at the moon in a bear stance. I was a bear without any pants. And then I stood up on my head to take a little rest, when Sandy made a little joke about a herring fish. Laughter behind the screen revealed my simple foolishness. The girls had seen me dance around in all my naked bliss. There is no moral here revealed, no hidden truth to find. Only a little happy boy showing his bear behind. Steamboats coming! Steamboats coming! Steamboats coming! Black smoke in the sky. Doors fly open and the workers come a-running. Steamboats coming to town. Boys come a-whooping and the dogs come a-barking. Steamboats coming to town. Carts and drays rattle over cobblestone. Steamboats coming to town. Lazy loafers hurry right along. Steamboats coming to town. She's long and sharp, slim and pretty, sailing down the river just like a cloud. Fire in the chimneys light up the sky. She's so loud that the babies cry. Steamboats coming! Steamboats coming! Steamboats coming! Black smoke in the sky. Captain is as calm as a kitten, asleep and the steamboat's coming to town. Everybody else is running and a leaping, steamboat's coming to town. Load and unload 2 tons of freight, steamboat's coming to town. Deckhands driven by cussing mates, steamboat's coming to town. She's long and sharp, slim and pretty, sailing on the river just like a cloud. Fire in the chimneys light up the sky, she's so loud all the babies cry. Steamboat's coming, steamboat's coming, steamboat's coming, black smoke in the sky. Steamboat's coming, steamboat's coming, steamboat's coming, black smoke in the sky. Still away, still away, still away to Jesus, still away home. I ain't got long to stay here. My Lord, He calls me by the thunder, and the mountains roar within my soul. I ain't got long to stay here. Steal away, steal away, steal away to Jesus. Steal away home. I just ain't got long to stay here. I looked over Jordan and what did I see? Coming for to carry me home. A band of angels coming after me, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. If you get to heaven before I do, coming for to carry me home. Tell all my kindred I'm coming there too, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Swing low, sweet chariot, coming for to carry me home. Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Up on the mountain, Jehovah spoke. Out of his mouth came fire and smoke. I heard a rumbling in the sky. Master and Jesus passing by. Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. The Lord, He spoke like a mighty bell, rang in heaven and it rang in hell. Shook the earth and I'm here to tell. Shook my dungeon and my chains all fell. Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. Wade in the water, wade in the water, children, wade in the water. God's gonna trouble the water. There was was a wedding at the Western Star Hotel. We were not invited, we were shabby genteel. We were roving around with nothing to do, so why not make a big hullabaloo? We looked for every goggle-eyed street cat in town, every cockeyed hellcat hanging around. No aristocrat cat, sweet and effete, no far-side tabby cat with clean feet. Every scalawag devil cat with rare pipes, whose cat of finest could shatter a Christmas night, make a bear cataplexic and give it its fright. Every mangy, cruddy, cranky, lousy, nasty, tinky, deadly, wild, blackjack, boomerang cat in sight. We took the cats to the Western Star Hotel, stuffed in boxes, head to tail. One cat in a box for every room. The wedding party was busy with dance and tune. When the wedding party bowed for a good night's sleep, all the men jumped in bed with naked feet. But the ladies couldn't wait to open the box, and the cats roared out like screaming mad fox. They ripped across the bed, tearing at bare feet. They even took a bite out of their big seats. They were up all night chasing cats down the hall, and they didn't think us for a wedding present at all. We gave 'em every goggle-eyed straight cat in town, every cockeyed hellcat hanging around. No aristocrat cat, sweet and effete, no far-side tabby cat with clean feet. Every scalawag devil cat with rare pipes, whose cat of finest could shatter a Christmas night, make a bear cataplexic and give it such fright. Every mangy, cruddy, cranky, lousy, nasty, stinky, deadly, wild, blackjack, boomerang cat in sight. And they didn't think us for a wedding present at all. They didn't think us for a wedding present at all. No, they didn't think us for a wedding present at all. Meow. There is a golden sunset where everyone must go, and there I'll meet my Father, and the heavenly angels glow. We'll walk across the prairie where there's no place to hide, and maybe we can open up and let our spirits fly. Father, walk with me. Father, talk with me. Father, open up and let your spirit be. There are so many things that I want to know, that I want to say, like I love you so. And we can make a new path across fresh fallen snow, and side by side we'll walk where we were once afraid to go. Father, walk. Father, walk. I wanna be a riverboat man. I wanna be a hammer down riverboat man. Hammer down riverboat man. Call out the fireman, ring the big bell. Make that firebox burn like a sinner in hell. Burn like an infidel. Again the willows climbing the bars, up in the pilot house smoking cigars, and a little tar stuck up the fire. I wanna be a hammer down. I wanna be a hammer down riverboat man. I wanna be an alligator man. Bite off a nail, spit it in the shining sand. Hammer down, alligator man. I'll be elegant, tippers to the ladies on the boat. Tip my captain's hat, wear a big blue coat. The Bible I will quote. But when a towheaded roustabout gets out of line, twist his arm like a piece of twine. Before I let go, I'll be stepping in time. I wanna be a hammer down. I wanna be a hammer down riverboat man. I'll be a lightning bolt pilot, a captain too. I'll build my own boat, it's the least that I can do. She'll be perfect too. She'll be a riverboat pilot, a riverboat queen. Standing at the big wheel, I'll be a riverboat king. Make that river sing. Mark Twain, half Twain, quarter less three. Put a bone in her mouth, better rip out a tree. No boat on the river gonna catch up to me. No sirree, George Washington. I wanna be a hammer down riverboat man. Somewhere in the distance, an ancient river flows. I'm gonna skim down that river where everyone must go. I pray the Creator looks kindly down on me, says you must go and live by a river for all eternity. I'm gonna go and live by a river until my soul is cleansed. I'm gonna go and live by a river. Let life move right in. Gonna go skim down that ancient river. Watch the eagles climb the sky. I'm gonna go and live by a river till I learn to fly. Hannibal on the Mississippi, where I built my boat to take me across the oceans of my life. Halley's Comet was my star. For the days I stole from the school this morning, payment came due with a real good licking for being bad. It was worth it for the fun I had. Hannibal on the Mississippi is where I built my boat to take me across the oceans of my life. Halley's Comet was my star. Street where tea roses ran up the white walls, a cigar factory in the old Union Hall. Our red skip Cecilia on Bear Creek did wait, but two lone wolf pups on the prow for a day. When the clouds rolled away and the moonstone came out, the man in the moon is a boy, no doubt, for only a boy knows the joy of the night, and what suits a boy is always right. Huckleberry Finn was a friend of mine. He could do whatever crossed his mind. He didn't go to church, didn't go to school. Huckleberry Finn didn't have no rules. Huckleberry Finn was a friend of mine, yes he was a friend of mine. Huckleberry Finn, yes he was a friend of mine. Huckleberry Finn, yes he was a friend of mine. Doors fly open and the workers come and running, steamboats coming to town. Boys come a whooping and the dogs come a barking, steamboats coming to town. Carton drays rattle over cobblestone, steamboats coming to town. Lazy loafers hurry right along, steamboats coming to town. She's long and sharp, slim and pretty, sailing in the river just like a cloud. Fire in the chimneys light up the sky, she's so loud all the babies cry, all the babies cry. We had roast pig, wild turkey, ducks and geese, fried chicken and venison too. Partridge and pheasants, rabbits and squirrels, we even had prairie chickens too. Hot buckwheat cakes with maple syrup, butter and bears on the top. Corn pone, wheat bread, hot rolls of biscuits were always delicious and hot. And the dogs starred days and Sarah's dances all day with the sun. Eat booze for swimming and fishing, dog star days were fun. Jubilee singing and dancing, corn cob pipes in the barn. It was a heavenly place for a poor little boy, heavenly place for a poor little boy, heavenly place for a poor little boy, down on Uncle John's farm. Everybody knows it's a mighty big river, flows from Minnesota to the Gulf of Mexico, drinks the Alleghenies, the mighty Rocky Mountains. Everybody knows how the Mississippi rolls from northern Minnesota to the Gulf of Mexico. And I know that the river has a rhythm, I know, like an Indian drum. And I know that the rhythm of the river, it's a rhythm of life, it's a rhythm of man. The mighty Mississippi is the heartbeat of the land. Everybody knows that autumn on the river, out on the islands under the trees. Lay on your back and look up to heaven. Cathedral ceiling through stained glass leaves. Indian summer on Canadian breeze. And everybody knows that winter on the river, under northern lights the river will freeze. But way down south the river keeps rolling. Magnolia, honeysuckle on tropical breeze. It's enough to make a Yankee weak in the knees. And I know that the river has a rhythm, I know, like an Indian drum. And I know that the rhythm of the river is the rhythm of life, it's the rhythm of man. The mighty Mississippi is the heartbeat of the land. The rhythm of life, it's the rhythm of man. The mighty Mississippi is the heartbeat of the land. It's a mighty big river.